Well, have you thought about it? Think you'll be able to decide in time? Or are you still stuck deciding between those places?
Yeah. I'm not sure I can really commit to one or the other right now. Give me another day to figure out which one I want to go with.
Martha, I know you're not one to rush these things, but we have to decide soon. Remember, if you wait too long, someone might come in and snatch it up. It's not like we have an indefinite hold on either of them.
No, you're right. We don't want that happening. Karen said something similar about today's place. Apparently, it's pretty rare for a listing to go onto the market in that area. I guess if we want it, we'll have to hurry.
Still, it was nice of her to snag us a temporary hold for that one. I was anxious because she was recommended to us by a friend, but it looks like she's actually pretty solid. If it's with her, then I'm confident that you two can get it done.
Yeah, that was a concern I had too at first. But I trust she'll land us a place before next month. But better yet, what am I going to do? I've never been stumped so bad between two decisions like this before. It was already hard enough to narrow it down to two.
Oh, so you have eliminated a couple? Hey, that's good progress, Martha. Good job. Which ones are you left with then?
Okay, so for the final choice, we are down to the first one we looked at and the third one. I thought they both had good layouts and a nice amount of direct sunlight. I think you agreed with me on that.
Yep, I'm with you on those points. So what has you stuck?
Right, well, it's down to 2 negative points. One for each. One has an odd bathroom layout with the toilet placed pretty inconveniently. For the other, it's just a matter of size. The master bathroom isn't particularly big, which could be annoying when we have children.
Yeah, I remember you pointing those out on the initial walkthroughs. That master bath in particular could be a little cramped in the mornings.
Exactly. It also might get pretty tiresome having to fight for space to get ready every morning. This is definitely something we'll have to think about for after the marriage. We'll be living together, so it'll be different. Anyhow, that's the 2 choices. The rear bathroom or the small one. Everything else between the 2 locations is more or less comparable.
I think you can handle that decision, Martha, so I'll leave the choice in your hands. You're a better judge of this than I am. If it was left up to me, I'm not even sure I would have noticed those 2 problems. So you have my okay to go ahead with either of them.
I really wish you'd have more input than that, Terry. Anything to help me in one direction or the other.
It's not that I don't have anything else to say. I just trust you'll make the right choice, Martha. And like I said, at the end of the day, I really am happy with either.
Fine then, but you're not being much help.
Man, just thinking about it has me excited. Just think about after the wedding. Once we have everything ironed out and you'll take my name and it'll be your happily ever after. It's really starting to feel like it's not long now.
You can't jump ahead to after the wedding, Terry. There's still so much to do. It's also anxiety-inducing.
You worry too much. I'm sure everything will work itself out. You should be excited instead, like I am.
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. I had something else to talk to you about. Mom got back to me and said that the Saturday next month that we had talked about works for her.
The Saturday next month? What was that about again? Oh, we were going to do introductions then, right?
Write it down if you have to, Terry. You shouldn't have to have me remind you. This is really important to me.
Whoa, hold on. I definitely didn't forget. I just heard Saturday next month and I was like, I got a lot going on next month. And it just slipped my mind in the moment. Okay, so we're meeting your mom then. And for your dad, we'll arrange something later?
Huh? Arrange something with him?
Did I say something wrong? Oh, what I meant to ask was, is everything all right with your dad?
Ah, okay. Don't scare me like that. It's always just been me and my mom. He's not really going to be a part of any of this.
Right, of course. Have you told me that before?
Yep. We spoke about it previously. Again, I'm not fully clued into all the circumstances surrounding the what and why of it, but apparently, he was the deadbeat dad.
Right, I remember you saying that. We talked about our families about half a year in. That must have been when you told me.
There's no must have been. That was what happened. You should really try to remember these things. And it wasn't just that time either. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it a couple of times.
Oh, is that so? Sorry, it must have been my bad memory acting up again. I feel terrible about it, I honestly do.
I forgive you. I don't really mind it too much. It, doesn't really seem like you've said anything about the meetup to your parents, have you?
No, that's right. I need to do that. But I'll make sure to do that by the end of the month.
Sounds good. Please do that for me. Honestly, if you could get it done before then, that would be ideal. Since we're getting married, I've been thinking, there's going to be a lot of people judging us.
What? Nah, you're overthinking it. Times have changed. People are more tolerant of different family structures. Honestly, it feels like pretty much anything goes nowadays.
I don't know about anything. I doubt people have gotten that accepting.
Sure. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I think the spirit of what I said is true. Things are different now. I'm sure it's been tough on you, Martha.
Yeah, it has been.
Hold on, let's stop this. This conversation is too depressing. We should be focused on all the good things we have coming.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have even brought it up. I don't know what I think about these things.
It's fine, we all have our demons. But for now, I think you should just focus on getting that house picked out, Martha.
Got it. That'll be my goal.
Don't overwork yourself, though. It's already pretty late. In fact, I'm just going to head off to bed. Good night, Martha.
Thanks. Night.
Sorry to bother you at work, but I have to talk to you about something. I wanted to ask if we could postpone that meetup with your mom and everyone.
I suppose we could, but why? Did something come up?
Yeah. A bit of an incident occurred within the family. That's about all I can say about it now, but it's pretty serious. If I get the chance, I'll introduce you later, but this person is in a pretty bad state.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If that's the case, postponing is definitely the right thing to do.
I'm really sorry about this. I asked if there was any chance that I could go through with our meeting today, but because of the situation, there's a chance that things take a turn for the worse, and I would have to leave immediately. It's someone I'm pretty close to. I feel terrible having to do this.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about inconveniencing us. You do what you have to do. I'll tell Mom that something came up and we can't do it.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Are you okay, Terry? I hope you're not trying to do too much. If you feel tired, make sure you rest yourself.
Me? I'll be fine. Mom and Dad are a different story, though. They're taking it pretty hard.
I'm sure they are.
Sorry, again. I'll text you back when things settle down a bit. Later.
Got it. Take it easy, Terry.
Evening. You done with work? Got a second to talk now?
Yeah, I'm done for the day. How about you, Terry? Are you not busy?
Me? No, I'm fine. In fact, I've got more time on my hands than I know what to do with.
Yeah, I know that's not the case. Are you sure you're not overdoing it? I know it can be pretty hard when a family member is sick like that.
What's this? Have you been thinking about me? Well, I'm happy to hear that. But I'm surprised you're done with work already. Isn't it fairly early for you? Usually you're complaining about how it's gonna take till 11 before you're done.
I am?
Oh, also, that thing we talked about the other day looks like it's going to happen. So I wanted to state it here for the record. I'm going to marry you.
What's this all of a sudden? Don't tell me. Are things actually a lot worse than you're letting on? You're not feeling desperate about it all, are you? I mean, the marriage is set in stone as is.
Hold on a minute. Desperate? I know you're not talking about me. When would that have been? I don't know where you heard that from, but it wasn't from me. I mean, I was the one who had the meetup with the parents canceled. And I'm the one looking to have the marriage called off. If anyone's going to be feeling desperate about the situation, it's not me.
The marriage called off? But what happened to you saying you were going to get married just a minute ago?
I am going to get married. Just to you, not her. She's from a single-parent household, so I'm ditching her. That's just too much of a red flag for me. What's with you? Getting cold feet? I should be the one asking if you're okay. I proposed, didn't I? It was just last week.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You seem kinda out of it today. What? You don't like how I went about it? Look, I thought it was a bit much myself. I'm not exactly thrilled that it has to end like this. But if I didn't tell her something extreme, she wouldn't have postponed the meetup. That way she's considerate of my situation, and she'll make sure to work around it. I can assure you that that lie was the easiest way to go about it.
The thing about the ill relative? That lie?
Right, that's the one. It's a classic excuse to get out of things. Obviously it's a lie and everyone is alive and doing well.
Well, that's good.
Sorry to make you wait until I tied up any loose ends with her. Soon you'll be the sole focus of my attention. And next month I'll move forward with having the marriage with her called off. Then we can start dating for real.
Totally. Looking forward to it. Okay then. Good night.
Yeah, you too. Good night. Martha, please pick up. What do you mean we're not getting married?
Huh? Are you really that surprised?
What? Of course I am. Anyone would be. I thought you were going to wait for me, Martha.
Wait. For what?
What's up with you? Now you're the one who can't remember. I told you about the situation with my relative. They are still in such a bad state right now, and things are hectic just dealing with that. I can hardly balance an engagement on top of all that. That was the agreement, wasn't it? Once everything settles down on my end, we can get to doing the meet and greets and then on with planning the wedding. That's all pretty reasonable, I thought. But I guess I was wrong. So explain it to me, please. What's up with wanting to call everything off?
Yeah, it was a reasonable request. It certainly would have been if not for the... you know.
For the what? I'm really not sure what it is that you're referring to.
Why don't you try scrolling up a bit? I imagine the reason won't be too hard to find.
Huh? Like, go up and reread the message history?
Yeah, do that and take a good look at what you texted me last night.
Oh, rats. Martha, this isn't what it looks like.
Yeah, so there's your reason. I hope you understand now. Anyhow, I went and said goodbye to your parents. And now to you, Terry. Goodbye forever.
Wait, not so fast, Martha. You're jumping to conclusions here. This is a misunderstanding. You've got it all wrong. Those texts were definitely a mistake on my part. I can totally see how you would get the wrong idea. But I'll tell you, I'm not cheating. That I would never do.
Then I presume you won't have any trouble explaining yourself? Making up a story about a relative being in ill health, all to avoid meeting my mother. You lying scumbag! And all for what? Why exactly are we pushing back things that need to get done before the wedding?
Well, you see, I didn't want to tell you this if I didn't have to, but in actuality, this person is kind of like a stalker. She just won't give up on me.
Oh? This is the first I'm hearing of any of this.
How could I tell you? I didn't want you to worry about it. I know you already have a lot on your plate. However, I have been working with HR at my office for about a year now trying to get it resolved. But the truth is, once she heard that I got engaged to you, she really started making a fuss. She said that her behavior was all my fault. That I tempted and deceived her.
Did she now?
Believe me. Anyhow, that's why I discussed the situation with the HR department. And just recently, we were getting around to settling on some course of action. She even said that she would crash our wedding and made threats to hurt you. So I guess it had to be done.
I wonder if any of that really happened with the company. I mean, who waits a whole year to get around to settling a conflict between employees?
What? Well, I don't know what the case may be for other companies.
Normally, once an incident has crossed a certain point, the company steps in then and there to resolve it. So, if they were going to handle it, why would you need to message her directly about it? You're the victim in all of this, aren't you? Just trying to solve the problem with her? If that's the case, then you should be able to just ignore her and go on with your business, no? And have the company resolve the rest.
Well, I guess that could be one way it could get resolved. But the problem is bigger than that. Because she's actually the daughter of a powerful government bureaucrat.
Oh, is she now?
I know it may sound somewhat unlikely, but please, I swear that this is all true. I would never cheat. And I have never cheated.
Okay, fine. I'll believe you.
Martha, thank you.
As if? How could you even expect me to say that?
What? Are you saying I'm lying about all of this?
To tell you the truth, even after you sent me those messages last night, I didn't know what to think. Any answer was hard to accept. Sorry, but give me some space. I need to think about this.
No, wait.
Look, I'll set aside the separation for the time being. But it's just... I can't trust you. I need some time to think.
Okay, sure.
Oh, and before we have the discussion about our marriage, shouldn't you first apologize to your parents? No doubt you've come up with some different reason as to why everything was postponed.
Well, yeah, I did tell them something as well.
Actually, it's just struck me now, but even if last night's exchange was all a lie to get some stalker off your back, why would we need to actually cancel the meetup? It just really doesn't make sense that dealing with this girl has to push everything back like this.
Actually, there's a reason for that as well.
Save it. I don't want to hear any more explanations from you. I need time by myself to think. Give me that at least.
Okay, you do that. You take as much time as you need. But I hope that after you do, you believe me. My feelings still haven't changed, Martha. I still want to marry you. So don't get any crazy ideas, okay? Don't go doing anything you'll regret over a couple of texts. Sorry, I know you're at work, Martha, but do you have any time to talk?
Not really. I still have plenty of work left to wrap up before the day is over. If you could be really quick with it, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, of course. I just have one thing to ask. What time do you think you'll be getting off today?
It looks like it'll be around 7. But I'm busy. I already have plans for after work. So whatever you have planned, today won't work for me.
Oh, you already have plans? Okay, I see.
Well, what is it? Do you need something from me? Clearly you have something to say, so go ahead.
Well, I was wondering if now wouldn't be a good time. Things over here have been tidied up. I'm ready to resume serious talks about us getting married.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Not today. Today definitely won't work.
Of course, I get it. You're busy. But any day is fine with me. Though I'd prefer if we could get to it sooner rather than later. I know what I did back then made you hesitant about going through with the marriage, and I can tell you that I won't do something like that again. And I've explained everything to my parents.
Now that you mention it, I guess it was about exactly a year ago, wasn't it? I guess time really does fly. It really doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yes, it does. I think we've waited long enough. I've done a lot of introspection. I've reconsidered everything this past year. I'm sorry. If I had just been upfront with you from the start, it wouldn't have come to this.
Yeah, I agree. The blame is entirely on you.
I know it is. And I'm really sorry about what I did. So, when you have some time, could you spend a bit of it talking things out with me? I have a lot of things that I want to say to you.
Wait a sec. I'm checking my schedule. 1 second. I'll get right back to you.
Thanks. I'm just glad that you're even giving me the chance. I know it's a pain to make time to fit me in.
You know what? Someone needs to go and talk with your parents about all of this. You want to talk about marriage, right? I'm sure they have been concerned about it too.
Huh? Going there now?
What? Is there something wrong with that? They've had to wait a whole year. It's about time they know what's up. They're anxious too, I'm sure. Especially because they have been so kept in the dark about what's going on.
Thanks, and sorry.
Okay, I'll get back to you later.
I'll be waiting. Hey! What is all this about a lawyer? Why are my parents talking with a lawyer right now? Martha, why haven't you shown up? Didn't you say you were coming?
When did I say that I would be the one going? I'm not sure I said that.
What? You said that someone should talk to them. And by someone, you meant yourself, right?
No, I never said anything about that someone being me, did I? Don't put words in my mouth.
Well, maybe that's true, but you sure as hell implied that was what was going to happen. And what about the marriage talks? What's a lawyer got to do with that?
Marriage? Don't say such crazy things. You've got Karen, don't you? You'll be marrying her, right? At least that's what you mistakenly told me. And after all those promises you made me, I really can't believe you were doing all this behind my back.
So it was you? You called the lawyer? You really had them come specifically on a weekend? Jesus, that's a frickin' pain. This is between us. You knew that doing this would just drag my parents into our mess.
I wasn't joking earlier, Terry. I know that she was who you were with a year ago. And that those mistaken texts were not you making up an excuse to have some stalker leave you alone. Do you get it now? Why I sent a lawyer?
No, you're wrong. That really was my attempt at getting that stalker off my back. This is all just a big misunderstanding because I texted the wrong person.
Then I have to choose between believing your lies and the evidence gathered by a professional. That's what it has come down to, Terry. So which do you think I'll be going with? Or better yet, which evidence do you think is more compelling?
Evidence? What could you possibly have on an innocent man? You've already seen the texts. That's all there is. And what does some PI know, anyhow? He probably is just faking everything. Those guys are known to do that, you know. In the first place, normally you'd think that someone would trust the person with who they are engaged without question.
Without question? No way. What is this, the cult of Terry? And if you hadn't done anything, I would have believed you. You had my trust originally. Honestly, I didn't even realize it a year ago. But I was suspicious. It seemed like you were cheating at the time, but I didn't have any direct evidence.
That's because there isn't any. And there isn't any because I didn't cheat.
But it was really unexpected that the other party was the realtor who was helping us find a place. Talk about hiding in broad daylight.
Nope. Just all a misunderstanding.
I wanted something concrete for the past year. That's what it would have taken to prove your innocence. A strong alibi of sorts. Then I could trust you again. But what turned up was pretty surprising. And I hate to say it, but it's not a good look for you. It seems you two have become quite close in the past year.
Wait, what proof? Who did you hire to dig up dirt on me? Are you sure that you can trust whoever it is? I need to research these guys before I can believe what you're saying. They could be fraudsters for all I know.
It's always someone else's fault with you. And these excuses are getting ridiculous. And how do I even benefit from going with some shady investigator instead of an upstanding one? Aren't you going to try begging me to believe you? Isn't that what worked for you last time? You know what they say? Fool me once, won't get fooled again. Your parents were devastated when I showed them the proof. It made them cry, Terry. They were falling over themselves apologizing for your behavior. You put your parents in that position.
You what? You showed them?
I did! Of course I did, Terry. I had actually given them a bit of a heads up before I had all the evidence in place. They had a right to know why things were taking so long.
Huh? How long has this been in the works?
Well, it has been a whole year, Terry. I've had plenty of time to prepare my case. Anyhow, just recently we met up and I showed them the evidence and we talked the situation over. You won't believe what they told me. That the postponement was my fault and you had chosen to wait for me.
Well, that was, I just blurted that out in the moment.
Apparently, they were under the impression that I had postponed the marriage because I was cheating. But that's not quite right, is it? I'm pretty sure that it wasn't me who was cheating. So why do they think that I was the one cheating on you? It's a real mystery. What on earth could explain it, I wonder?
Sorry. It was just a little white lie. I thought it would be fine. I figured it wouldn't matter after we got back together.
It's pathetic how much you lie to protect yourself. It just comes so naturally to you, doesn't it, Terry? Has everything with you been a lie? I just didn't think you were this kind of person. But it makes sense. If you lie enough, you can pretend to be anybody, I guess.
That's not me, Martha. This is a one-time thing that I really regret. I'm begging you. Forgive me. This is the truth. Karen was not and is not anything special to me. She's just a friend that got a bit too close, but I don't have to see her anymore. Martha, you are the only one for me. The only one I want to marry. I want us to be a family, Martha. I can support you and the kids and life will be good. Please let me be by your side.
Yeah, no. That ship has sailed, Terry. I don't want any support from a cheater. And I don't think that I can ever trust you again after this. But you know what? I wouldn't give up on Karen so soon. You two are very alike after all. Maybe that was the source of the attraction.
The source of our attraction? I'm not sure what that has to do with Karen, but... Are you saying that you were also hiding something from me, Martha?
What? No. How is that hard to understand? Are you dumb? I'm talking about how you and Karen are similar. Try paying attention while I spell out the situation. Karen, the woman you were cheating on me with, was also engaged.
What? She didn't tell me anything about having a partner. I never would have done anything if I knew that was the case.
Remember how we met Karen through a mutual friend who knew that we were looking for a house? They were the one who gave me all the details regarding Karen. Apparently, Karen was pretty wild in college. I guess she still is. You were just one of her more recent escapades. It gets worse. She said that back home, Karen was infamous for being easy, for getting around. I guess that just becomes common knowledge when you grow up in a small town.
Really? I didn't know that about her. She didn't really ever talk about herself. Things would have been totally different if I knew any of this. Man, I can't believe that was the realtor they introduced us to.
Leave them out of this. Karen's past isn't their fault. It would have been one thing if they did it to try and couple you and Karen together. Assumes her thought process was that no matter how wild she may be, you were engaged at the time, so it would be fine. I guess she gave you two both too much credit. But them having faith in you two behaving yourselves is hardly something you can find fault with. And they did attest to Karen being hardworking, and what's more, good at her job. But they were shocked when I told them what happened. They thought it was a joke at first. But were clearly disappointed to hear what you two got up to despite being engaged.
Man, you told them everything too? That's going to be another awkward conversation.
You should get around to telling them the truth. You could even go do it now if you wanted. It seems they're taking it pretty hard. I guess they feel like it's partly their fault that two couples broke up. I doubt telling them that it was all a little bit of fun would do much to help that.
Look, I didn't want them to feel like this was their fault either.
Oh, there is one person you don't need to talk to about what you did. Because I already told Karen's former partner about what you two were doing as well.
Why did you tell him? Do you even know him?
He deserves to know. and I might as well get my money's worth out of the evidence I had collected. So anyways, I guess she's also single now.
Does that mean... Crap. This might be pretty bad for me.
Bad in the sense of bad financially? You'd be lucky for that to be the worst of it, honestly. Obviously, you'll probably be hearing from him. Or more likely, his lawyer. But I haven't heard any of the specifics about that. That's his business. I didn't bother to ask. As for me, though, I'll be looking for $15K from you and $10K from Karen. All that's left is, I guess, wait for a call from my lawyer.
No way. I can't pay that much.
Oh, and another thing. You should probably expect for Karen to be fired from her job.
Fired? Why? What happened to her being good at her job?
I mean, isn't it kind of messed up? She broke up an engagement by sleeping around with the client's husband. If that's not grounds for firing, I don't know what is. It's hard to imagine that the topic of firing her won't be on the table soon, if not today. Once they finish pouring through all the evidence I had sent their way, that is. There are no two ways about it. It's only a matter of time.
Damn. I'm not sure you had to go that far. I mean, aside from the cheating, did she ever slight you?
Like I said, it's nothing personal. Just getting my money's worth from the evidence. Also, I guess it is a little personal. So I guess you two are in the same spot then. Why don't you be a good boy and go give her a shoulder to cry on? Anyhow, a big thanks for all you've done for me. It was a pleasure knowing you.
Wait, we're not done yet.
I doubt you'll have a room to stay in at your parents' house, so maybe you should go figure out where you'll be sleeping tonight.
Damn. I forgot that they are mad at me too.
Maybe after she's done crying on your shoulder, she can help you find a new place to stay. Oh shoot, I totally forgot. She's going to be fired. Well, that's just too bad then. Guess you're going to have to figure it out all by yourself. See you then. The results of the one-year investigation. Terry was guilty as sin. As expected. After sending the self-incriminating texts and trying to conjure up various excuses, he spent the next year fooling around with Karen. The evidence built and built until I decided to make my move. In the end, both engagements were called off. Karen was fired from her realty job. No shock there. Terry's company was called by Karen's ex, who informed them about his behavior. After that, his life at work got so bad that he eventually quit. Terry was abandoned by his parents. Both parties eventually washed their hands with each other, each blaming the other. Classic Terry, still trying to offload the blame on others. And that leaves me. Knowing how everything ended up, I couldn't be more pleased. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.